What is kicking, everybody? It has been a while. Now, I am mega rusty at making videos. Bear with me, I'm still getting over being sick. But today we're talking about an underrated Billy Gibbons riff. Now, I think the whole Teja album in general is just underrated. I know Tres Hombre had a lot of hits. Obviously, Eliminator is the big ZZ Top album. But Teja's, man, killer riffs. And we're going to talk about one of them. What one is it? This one right here. So Pan Am Highway Blues is always one of those riffs that just jumped out at me on the Teja's album. It's just so it's so big and dark sounding. It doesn't really sound like a Billy riff, does it? But as soon as I did it, and then he goes into the next one, kind of like a what's the song? Just Got Paid, almost like an early version of that. So let's kind of dive into this one and break it down, because he starts here, the whole riff is basically out of the key of A. It's a standard 1-4-5 kind of situation, but we're starting on this G note, so you're going to go 3rd fret on the low E string, then open D, open G. You know, Billy's got quite a bit of distortion going on there too. Now all you do is move down, you're going to go 2nd fret on the low E string, open D and G again, and he only deviates that kind of pattern for this next one. It goes to an open low E string, 1st fret on the D, now you're going to skip the G and go to the B. Okay, so, and then, kind of, it's just a C chord basically, but he's just basically harmonizing it, so. Then all of a sudden he's like, oh wait, hold on, we're gonna kick it up a notch, and it goes into like this super slow riff into that super fast riff. I love it. It's total early Billy Gibbons, you know, almost like a progressive rock kind of vibe to it. So I could not find live footage of them playing it, so Billy could be playing this next part either down here, might even be hybrid picking. I mean, he did all kinds of that. Or he could be up here. I like the chunkiness of it up here, so I'm going to show it to you up here in kind of this, you know, box 3 position. But essentially all that's happening is you're going to go 7th fret on the A string and you pull off the 5, and it's open low E string after it. Okay, so. Okay, so. Only thing that changes there is the last one, he goes. Then there's a low E string after it. There's no pull off. So you have pull off. Okay, and that's all he does. And he does that 4 times in a row. And then he goes right into this A kind of like, not really a shuffle, but it's just a groovy Billy Gibbons, you know, the Rev riff. So he goes. It's so cool, and this little chord here is really what I wanted to show you guys that he does is such a funky way to do this. So you're all the way up here after you finish that riff. There you go. Right into it, no hesitation, okay? And you look at it and it's really just a power chord. Right there. But he's adding that minor 7 on top. So almost like a minor 7-ish thing there. Not quite, there's no 3rd. So you got 7th fret on the D, 9th fret on the G, and then 8th fret on the B. It's basically like a little blues lick that he turned into a chord. So you have hit it twice, sorry, 3 times, once and then 2 times. Now what happens here is you start pedaling on that open A string. And what I found is that it's on the 3rd hit of that open A string, you hit the power chord again, and you slide down to almost the same chord. It's an A5 again, but you're down here. So it's open A, 2nd fret on the D, 2nd fret on the G. Listen to the song. It has this real distinct, you know, the Rev rhythm that you just got to get down. You're really listening to the song will get it to you better than just watching me kind of break it down slow. So, okay, that little slide down, I go, slides all the way down. Okay, ba ba da. So bow, down, out. Okay, and now he goes into, I always just associate this with Keith Richards, but oh, there we go. I always mess that rhythm up. We're gonna go 4th fret on the D, to 2nd fret on the G, to 3rd fret on the B. It's a standard 70s rock and roll thing right here. Okay, so it's basically a D chord is what we're playing. So you play it once, give it some space. There's no pedaling for the next part. So like I said, no pedaling. You hit it once, let there be space, let it breathe, man. And then you're gonna play it twice. Okay, I love that choppiness of it. So you don't want those ringing out at all. Okay, now you're gonna play the chord again, right to an A5. That is the most rock and roll move you can possibly do. Think about how many songs do that. Thousands. So then you go A chord twice, and then he goes little tagline. I always love Billy's always adding these little tails on the end of his riff. Open low E string, 3rd fret low E string, give it that little Billy bend, and then A5. Okay, so then it just starts over. Now I will say, as the song goes on, there are little variants in there. He doesn't just play the exact same thing every single time. Listen to it. If you want to pick up and get real nitty gritty and picky on it, then you have to like really listen to it and get all the different palm muting and open strings that he's doing. There's a lot going on. It's Billy Gibbons. He does what he wants. So the next part of the song kind of follows a standard shuffle. I'm not even going to cover that part. We're going to leave it off there. But the whole album, I love the country twist that's on this particular album. I mean, Billy has a lot more country in his playing than he does in pretty much any of the other albums. So other than that, I'm going to bounce on out of here, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. We're trying to get back into the swing of things because we've all been sick. And, new videos are back. We back. All right, later, guys. End it bluesy, Billy Gibbons style.